I'm going to be going over in this one the way that we made the radio work to start really coming alive and have this swap where all of this biological gun corruption comes to life and comes on. So the idea for it was we were really trying to improve the feeling of the radio by making it feel much more special when it was used. And we did this in a few chief ways. So I'm going to be focusing mostly on the art side of this, but I'll go over quickly as well what we did on sound. Playing this level, when you walk in initially, you'll see that none of this is visible off the bat. So coming into this level section, everything appears normal, but when I press R, everything fades in and comes to life, and we get this really creepy, goopy effect to the world. So you can see there's kind of like this slow fade in on it as it's coming to life, almost like it's being revealed. And the way that we're doing this is with a material. So there's a specific material that we can use and create that has these properties where you just plug in the texture detail. The other thing that we've been doing here, you'll be able to hear in the game basically, when you turn on your radio, certain 3D sound effects come to life. So for instance, it's a great way to locate hidden objects and items. So you can see here, this doesn't usually play sound, but when I turn this on, actually this one's weird. It does. So it's a proximity-based system to kind of cue players to where there are secrets that they wouldn't otherwise be able to see or find. You can see a couple of different things on the back end for how we did this. So first, really quickly, with this item, you can see it has a Fmod audio component, and this basically just has a sound effect on the Fmod side. And basically what we have here is a parameter applied to this. So it affects it basically so it turns on and off with this radio toggle effect, where you can see the sound volume increases or decreases with the application of this variable. So it's a variable set basically. You can see here it goes from 1 to 0, and when it's off, which is like when the radio is off, the sound is infinitely low. Then when it's on, you can see the value here changing. The radio plays at full volume, adjusted of course for audio. So that's how we have the logic basically for this. And then the variable here is just toggled on and off, I think with a lerp node probably, to change this parameter value on the back end. So that logic is in the radio itself. So it just changes this from 1 to 0, and by doing that, it turns on and off this sound as it toggles up from 0 to 1, turning that sound on. So it's a really great way that we can change the quality of the environment. So we can have that and a reverse to it to make a audio swap. So you'll see a couple different instances of that throughout the game where there's select audio that appears with just the radio.